Ditch motivation, choose discipline. Motivation, the condition of being eager to act or work, or the condition of being motivated, according to Merriam-Webster. Motivation is something that we've all felt before, and it's something we all look towards powering us through something in a given moment or a given particular event. However, motivation is temporary, and when the going gets tough, look not for motivation, but rely on your discipline. If you want to become successful, lean more on your discipline and stop looking for a burst of momentum. Now, what is discipline? Discipline, according to Merriam-Webster, is the orderly or prescribed conduct pattern of behavior. It is self-control. It is not relying on motivation to power you through a task. It is the ability to correct behaviors or repetitive behaviors. Discipline is also the pattern which will allow you to make correct decisions over time. And although discipline is excellent, it isn't always fun, and it won't always be fun, but it is essential to success. Now, where I find discipline in my life is currently in this season of my life. Right now, I'm currently training for basic underwater demolition SEAL training, otherwise known as BUDS, and it's basically how to become a Navy SEAL. It's the first part of a two-part process of a long 18-month road, but to become a SEAL, you must go through BUDS, and before BUDS, you must be qualified to go to BUDS. And you must meet specific physical standards to even qualify and get a slot to BUDS. So where I find discipline in all of this is when I feel tired and I feel lazy, but I know that I must train and I know that I must get something done. Because if I don't, then my discipline's out the window. I start to feel bad about myself. I start to look at myself down, and it's just not a good thing overall. However, when I look back at it and when I look over everything during my training or during a moment where I feel lazy, or I feel tired, or I feel down and I don't feel like I want to do anything, I remember that if this is something that I want to do, then I'm going to do it. And it all reverts back to my discipline. And so, with that being said, I can tell you guys a little bit about how to become disciplined. So to understand how to become disciplined, according to Marty Nemko, you must be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You must get comfortable with being uncomfortable. An example of this can be simple tasks such as a cold shower. Cold showers, at least for me, are not fun. It is something that, again, I must be doing to train for BUDS. However, it is not an enjoyable time. Yet, I must get comfortable with the uncomfortable fact of being cold. And so the ways that I'm doing this is starting out slowly but surely. And that is by a shower starting off cold for 1 minute. And I eventually want to build it up to the tolerance of a complete shower. And so with that, I can be comfortable with being uncomfortable, and it's just a small baby step that can help me mentally moving forward. Like I said, starting slow and taking baby steps. This is crucial to becoming disciplined. Again, starting slow on top of repetition. So with starting a cold shower at 1 minute, maybe doing that 4 or 5 times a week, there's a repetition, you're going slow and you're building up week by week. On top of this, you must also have forgiveness in your heart and forgiveness for yourself. I find that when I don't take a cold shower, or if I'm not running on days when I should be, or swimming when I should be, I get down on myself. Yet forgiveness is needed in a process to become disciplined and to build your discipline. And ultimately, all these things together will allow you to become disciplined. Now that we know about discipline, let's talk a little bit about the disparities between discipline and motivation. Motivation is the why you do it. It's that feeling that you can do it, but only in particular feelings and only in particular moments where you feel like you want to, based off of a feeling that you got from somebody you know, a movie you watched, a video you watched, just a certain burst of, I'm going to do this, we're going to get this done. That's what motivation is. Discipline, on the other hand, is action. Discipline requires action, while motivation is an emotional process. Acting on a task when you feel least motivated is discipline. So training when you're tired or committing to a statement that you made. For an example, doing homework the night before that you said you're going to do before bed when you started school, rather than doing it the morning of school and risking the chance that you might not even get it done. That's discipline, and that's the commitment to your own statement. Now, with the disparities being said, there are also conjunctions between discipline and motivation. So both, according to DJ from sourceofinsights.com, can and will work together. So you have to let motivation fuel you, however, use your discipline to finish that certain task. Let that motivation be your why, and let your discipline power you through that why. And it doesn't matter the occasion on which you use both, either or. Always have one of these tools in your toolbox, preferably both, but at least have one on the good day and on the bad days. And so rely on your discipline when you have no motivation, yet allow your motivation to power you through and move along. And if you do this for long enough, and you do it multiple times and numerous times over time, you will eventually have both that sync together. Now, to wrap up, motivation is a great emotional reaction for something you saw or you heard. In turn, it allows for actions to be taken. However, unfortunately, these actions are typically temporary, and they usually take place when it's convenient. Discipline, on the other hand, is task-oriented and overrides all emotions and all feelings to get the job done, no matter the task, no matter the time, no matter what it is. However, both are crucial to getting work done, and both are crucial to getting stuff that needs to be done. Now, both, again, can be used hand in hand, and they will be used hand in hand. And if you can sync them together, you will have a perfect situation and a perfect outcome. Now, when it comes to overall decision making and the completion of tasks, even though both do go hand in hand and both do work perfectly in sync together, allow your discipline to guide you through, and again, ditch motivation, rely on discipline. Thank you.